Hello everybody, it's me again for another stream. I thought I would do a different kind of stream today, which is a challenge stream. And the point of this stream is going to be trying to create a one-shot Ancient Warfare 3 map in only about 3 hours. I have about 3 to 3.5 hours to do this stream, so I'll try to complete an entire map in that time. And just however it ends up being, it could end up being kind of good, it could end up being kind of not so good. This will be a sort of a speed building challenge for myself, which I think would be kind of fun to do. So if you're not interested in the map making side of Ancient Warfare 3, feel free to click off. But you can also get a sense of the process that I kind of go through, just on a much smaller scale with this stream. So let me just send out the link like I normally do and see if some people are going to want to join. So the clock is ticking because I do actually have a sort of a somewhat limit. I'm going to try to put the initial cutoff time is 7 p.m. Eastern time. It's possible I can extend that to 7:30, but that would be pushing it. So for now, I'll say I have only 3 hours to make an Ancient Warfare 3 map, and we'll see how it all turns out. Let me just get this running on my phone so I can look in the chat, and at that point, I can get started. Okay, seems like nobody's in here right now, but since the clock is ticking, and I will get notified if somebody does join in, and I think it's been sent off to all the regular places, so I'll just get started then. I can create a map in complete silence. So the first thing I'll probably do is change to the forest biome, if I remember which way to go here. I'll turn this off. This way you just get kind of a blank slate, and then okay, after that I'll set this, I'm probably going to turn this over to none for the game mode, and then let me just try and quickly come up with a idea for a map. Hello, I don't actually know who that is, but hello Jeff. I'm doing a challenge where I am making an Ancient Warfare 3 map in 3 hours. I explained it a little more at the very beginning of the stream. I'm just going to do a little speed building today, and you can see kind of the process I go through. So if that kind of thing interests you, feel free to stick around. I've got the glass of water out because I'm going to be talking for a while. And yeah, I think the route that I'm going to go for this map will be Special Forces. Kind of like the Green District series. I think I'll go down that route today. So I'll start with large, I think, and let me just try and map out what I want to do for this map. So the most recent Green District ends with the kind of rebellion being crushed. What I'll just do is get a little starting area, down, home base. And perhaps what this could even be is a more open world map, so the player can go to different parts of the city and fight in different fronts and battles. That's going to be my idea right now, more open world Special Forces map, first person shooter. So if that kind of thing is interesting to you, then stick around. I'm going to turn off rocks for now. I don't think I need them at the moment. I don't really know what I'm doing with this home base here. It's made of metal. It'll be some kind of a improvised strong point. Maybe this won't be the home base, but whatever it is, it seems very improvised. I'm not sure the Special Forces are going to use a very improvised thing. This could be used by the Green District rebels, though. So it'll be kind of, these things will be open, but heavily fortified. Maybe this can be a sort of checkpoint. That seems like one route to go. So I'm going to get some metal pillars down, because what I want to have is these little overhangs right outside, and then put a roof over them, but then have the inside a little bit elevated up, and there can be like sniper nests up on the top. Thank you. I agree that Ancient Warfare 3 should be more popular. 100%. It's very sad that our community is at the moment a bit small. But I think just get the word out, and hopefully we'll grow. There's definitely a lot of potential to be had, or to be explored with Ancient Warfare 3. So I'm just going to build these little overhangs here. And yeah, let's bring this up one floor, see how it looks. This is sort of it's a pretty it's not really a tower, it's more like a strong point. This could even be pretty easily converted into like a transport thing, or even like a garage. Notice that idea. I think I've caught up on that idea, and that seems cool. I'm looking forward to playing it. Yeah, so let's have up here this. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Metal. Oh, they're not called bars. They're called railings. I haven't placed these down in a little bit. So we'll have this kind of open area up here, and then there'll be a little central area up here, and I will be editing some of these walls fairly soon, and then I'll get a roof up here. So it seems like one thing I'm going to have to do with this speed building challenge is not do too much interior decorating until the end. Like, I've got to get the actual structure of the map, the basic stuff, down first, and then at the end do the more in-depth stuff. But I will put down second floor. And so I think what this can be is the entrance into this is a checkpoint for sure, but it's the entrance into a section of the city, because I think one of these needs to lead out into another part. So I'll do it like this. Let me see where this is on the map. Maybe it can go this way. This can be maybe towards the end of the map. Okay, so that'll be a place where the player... Because I'm a little bit concerned about putting something at the meant to be at the end of the map, placing that down first. I need to get the starting point down. So let me just get these stairs. Nope, that's not the way I want to go. Yeah, something like that. There we go. Because that's on the side that's all fortified. Yeah, I think that's the way. The way that would be realistically done. And you know what? I bet they would put a wall here, so they can't get shot at while they're coming up and down. That makes perfect sense to me. Okay, so this is going to separate roughly. The city will be divided up in like about at this line, something like that. And the question now is, should there be a foundation, concrete foundations across the whole map, like some people do, or should it be just like a gray ground? Because I also want to be a little careful of the performance impact. So maybe we'll have that, and then over here can be entrance to some kind of a barricade. This will be like a kind of pillbox thing that the player... You only encounter this pillbox like after you get behind into this enemy held area, so you won't have to worry about it when you approach. But yeah, something like that. It'll be their machine gun position or something. And we'll go like that. And what I think this should lead into now is another building, or a row of buildings. But first, let me just get a wall here. Small wall. I realize I can't actually put any small walls because the player can jump through and then get to the other side of the map very easily. So I'll just put a metal wall here, and we'll have full-size barricades. Those are some walls that I have favorited. Just to save some time, I will favorite these ones too. And then maybe there's some more I can grab a hold of here. So this whole part will be very improvised, I think. Definitely not too professional looking. This will be from this kind of makeshift army. So now we'll go over here. Yeah, this is, I think, this would be cool. Is the setup a little, you've got some firing ports set up right there. And then it's not going to be possible. Wait, would it be possible to translate? You can't translate walls. I don't think. No, okay. That's too bad, because otherwise it would have been, you would have been able to translate up a full-on shooting range wall. It's actually kind of difficult to articulate, like the kind of steps I go through out loud. So I will try to keep doing that, but it will be a little difficult because I made the entire good of the company without really talking too much, going through the process with anybody else. But it shouldn't be too hard to change that. Something like that I think would be kind of cool. And then let's put a wood floor above that to give that some cover. Hello, Angie. Just doing some speed building. That's this stream, and hopefully some people learn some things who might want to know a little bit more about the steps that you can go through to make a good map. The only problem here is going to be the time constraint. That's for sure. And I'll try not to use any prefabs either. You know what? Maybe I'll do is have this be like an optional round. You can blast through there as a sort of a puzzle, right? You can attack this checkpoint, or you can kind of infiltrate around and strike from behind. Add a few different ways. Hopefully that makes it a little more replayable. And I don't really know what I'm doing. I haven't thought through anything about how this map will look, so it's possible it'll turn out not the greatest. But I hope that won't be the case. Something I could try and do here. Yeah, let's see if I can put this down. Put this down. And then I should be able to put down a wood pillar in between these two shooting range walls. Should I? Yes? Please? Yeah, there we go. It's just, it's a little too close to the... Yeah, okay, so that's too close to the edge. I don't even know how you describe that, to be honest. But I'm getting there. I'm getting this done. So yeah, today I'm learning that the process of making a stream where you do Ancient Warfare 3 maps is actually a lot more difficult than you might think. This whole area is going to be more like wooden. The other parts will be drywall and stuff, but this part is mostly going to have wooden fortifications, I think. Yeah, something like that. I think that would be kind of cool. Because we also get this over here, which is kind of a natural fortification that just bleeds right through, which is great. I'll put a log on the other side as well. Oh, would that look good? I'm not sure that would look good. I'll put a log over here at least. Yeah, that's something like this. Yep, alright. We've got to have a back for it, of course. And then, I'm just going to have to ignore that, I think, for the moment. What'll have happen is this part will be its own self-contained thing, and it goes over into a overlook, which you can kind of see what I'm hoping to get there. because you can walk over here and then you walk right into the overlook. Going to have another balcony here. Fairly elaborate network of fortifications that I'm constructing here. So you will be able to come out and look over on this way, but it will be heavily... You won't get a clear shot, is the thing. So you won't be able to shoot at the enemies when they are coming out. So that's one, that's sort of the overlook part. You can approach from different angles. Or maybe it'll be linear, you know, you gotta go through and clear this whole area. I'm not quite sure yet. Down here, maybe they'll have a gun stored, rather than a sort of pillbox, because that doesn't quite make sense to me anymore. And this will have stairs that go up. And maybe here there will be a very large building. But this building is just going to be the background. Yeah, something like that, okay. Because I think what I'll have the player do is actually run. This will be a linear challenge. They run through and then they end up here, clear it out, and then they run along underneath this building for a while. And after that, we'll see. Didn't mess anything up over there, did I? Yeah, well, maybe I did. So this will be just called 3 hours. There we go. What next? Players running along here. And I think they're going to run more into the bowels of this compound here, this complex. Perhaps the player's job is to just kind of clear out the first wave of, like the first line of enemy defense so that everybody else can sweep in. So their objective will be to clear out this whole row of defenses, and then the special forces can roll in. I think that sounds like a pretty good concept for the map. But maybe I will have it change from the DevCorp complex. Yes, that's exactly what this is. Of course. Of course. What else could it be? What else could it be? Yeah, I think something like this. Except what we'll have now is the wall, the big wall gets further away. I'll show you what I mean by that in a second. So we've got, this will continue out for some time. But the player's journey stops right here. They have to turn around, and so they know that's not the right way to go. And even though it's somewhat difficult to use, I will try to use this drywall. So let's see what we have so far. The player sneaks in here, goes through here, and then, okay, let's cut that off. And then actually put a door frame. It'll be a locked door so the player knows they can't continue that way. But I will actually allow them to go into that back hallway if they want. There'll be some secret there. So what I'll do for that is put a door frame with it, and then I'll put the key to this door frame somewhere in this general area. So the player sneaks in through here. There's a few lines of defense. What I'll do is just for some cool effects is I'll put some really boarded up windows. So these rebels were clearly, they originally had a plan to set up machine guns at these windows in order to attack anyone who got close, but they had to board them up. And I just like using that technique. Basically what you have to do is just start putting a wall here and then drag it down and boom. So that's pretty cool. Okay, so the player goes in through here. How did they get up? That's how they get in. And how do they get up? Well, that's a good question. They get up by climbing a ladder. That's how. And the ladder is right over here. I wonder though if, you know, I'm gonna try something and see if it works. Remind me if I don't remember to do this, but I'm gonna try doing automatic stairs. Just remind me of that, and I don't know what to do. And you'll see an interesting technique if it works out. So that's how you get in, and you take the stairs up here, which I'll explain, and hopefully they work. Then you go up here. You can head back here. And if you want, you can come back and take out the rest of this checkpoint. So I'm going to leave that option open to the player. And let's have, it's going to be possible to have 4 stairs. I think having 4 stairs all going to the same spot is going to be a cool look, so let's see how that goes. Okay, that seems to work. Or does it? We'll see. I'm not quite sure. It might just have to be 2 stairs, sadly. Unless we can, unless we go up like that. Then you can't really go up here though, is the thing. Well, that is a very cool effect. I'll have to explain that away somehow, but that I want to keep that. There can be guys all over it, but that seems like that would be cool. There clearly would not be windows on any of these things. They're meant for, you know, they're meant to be fortified. Maybe there'll be sandbags up against here. They expect heavy fire up against some of these, so I'll put some sandbags all around. Maybe right here. It's probably enough detail needed for this section. Let's keep moving. Metal wall blocks the way over here. And what's down at the end? Something scary is going to be down at the end. I think it's down at the end. Let me think on this for just a moment. I think a wall's going to break open. One of these metal walls is going to break open. Actually, I think how about all the walls break open? And there's an ambush. Let's do that. Okay, let's go. This will be where they have been firing off artillery, perhaps. And upon seeing you approaching the artillery, they will call in all their available forces to blast in through the side walls. Because anybody who's played Good of the Company 2021 knows about the rusted metal walls. They know what they can do. They're always breakable. So I guess people playing this map are going to think that. But they'll be surprised because they aren't going to be breakable. But then they do end up breaking in the end. And then if you do choose to go back through where they come from, it's going to be like just a tiny bit of stuff. So there's not going to be a lot of reason to do that, unless you really want to. And they will be coming out from It'll be coming out from tunnels. Can I do that? Yes, I can. Probably something real simple like that. Yeah. I'll leave that like that is for now, and this as well. If I think of something better other than just a straight tunnel, I will implement that. But for now, it should work fine. By the way, if I was making a map for like the go to the company, I would be taking much more time on this. I'm just trying to challenge myself with a speed building. So this one you will have to go through. Let me just make sure all this makes sense here. And I think I'll just have it so that when you go through there, there's just a little more, but then that'll be the end. I think that's about all I can realistically decorate in script in the amount of time I have left. Sadly. Then I can take away all these objects if I can. Save on some performance. Hooray, it works. And I will try to make it not just a giant concrete, you know, that's too boring. So I'll leave these spots open for more interesting stuff. And of course the question will have to be asked, what are these things going to be? And that will be answered in due time. So yeah, I think after that, you get two choices. One of them leads to nowhere, and then one of them leads to the final room. It should be pretty straightforward, I think. And the reason you are even able to get to the end is because one of these doors is malfunctioning. It's not closing properly. So there'll be a guy over here, and he's sad, and you'll hear him say, "No! The door is malfunctioning! No, no!" Then after that, there should be a giant room with vehicles. But you're not going to be interested in that. You will take a side room. Which turns into a regular room. Walk a little bit more. Go up some ladders. And then final boss fight could be like up in the ceiling of where the vehicle room. That would be cool. I'll try and do that. All right, so that's the layout the player's going to take. Let me get some background stuff so I can get this part squared away here. Player should not be able to go through this part. So let's have the villains back up a truck right here. When the player walks in, oh, you can't do that, can you? Oh, man. I don't think that... Is there a way to set the target of a vehicle? He hasn't added that. That's too bad. That is too bad. Okay. Never mind then. It's a bit of a shame. I'll just have a truck like that. And to have it make sense, I'll have this be a garage, actually, because we can't have it show that they've actively decided to park the vehicle to stop you. So why not have it just be a vehicle depot? Yeah, I wish you could set the positions of vehicles. It's really too bad. It's only a minor thing in this case, though. So. Yeah, so what I'll do is have this be too high, and a pillar to show that it's a door that can open. So now at the moment I'm working on making the world not feel empty. After this I'll start to create the city background area. If absolutely necessary, I can just slap units in and have it be, you know, totally unintuitive. But I would like it to be not feeling like it's just this, oh wow, look, random fortifications in the middle of nowhere. For some reason that's more important to me. So maybe the special forces have already like busted through the first layer of defenses, and so now you're in charge of getting rid of the second line of defenses. Oh, hello, Madden. I'm about 40 minutes into a speed mapping challenge, and not too strapped for time just yet. I feel like the situation could intensify as time goes on. Thank you. I appreciate it. There's basically no decoration, though. This is just the structure. That'll be like a little airlock, I think. 1.3 thousand objects. Not too terrible at the moment. Let's change this into concrete. What that should indicate to the players that this is part of the building as it was before the rebellion occupied it. Curse those rebels, destroying these fine buildings, turning them into fortresses. Okay, so this will be like the inner courtyard where the player starts. And back here will be the special forces, so let's just plop down some tanks. And then if I have time, what I'll do is put in more stuff back here. But this should indicate this is, yeah, kind of the strong point. Yeah, I will have to put more stuff in. But as it stands, it's okay. It's just okay. So the player will be down here. They will see very little of this, but I want to definitely give this map a sense of scale, for sure. And I will make it so it's not just concrete. I will do something about that. If I have time, I'll put the little company security checkpoints here as well. It's possible I won't have time for everything I want to do. Already getting close to 2 hours now. 2 hours left. So let's just take a look here again. Yeah, getting pretty close. Player's not going to notice that, but I'll fix it anyway. $2,000 objects. All right. Okay, so does everything seem to be looks all right? Looks all right. Everything's all right. Well, actually, I gotta get something back over here. Well, there will have to be more buildings and stuff back over this way for sure. But at the moment, it's not really a concern. I am hoping to add some voice lines to this, which I'll just do myself. Voice line will be the commander, so he'll say things like, "Don't go that way." So I think I'll do something like that for the further away buildings. Let's put one more over here, which will be bigger than all the others. There's 5 in between those, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, down. And that's 5 right there. So clearly some stuff is still going to need work. But at the moment, things are looking a lot better. I wonder if this should be metal or if it should be concrete. I'll keep it as concrete for now and change it if I think it would look better. This is just to give the illusion that there's really big buildings. It shouldn't matter that they're not completely finished, because suspension of disbelief. Completely building the building, even though there's like 0 chance of seeing the other sides, is kind of just a waste of the resources to me. Okay, so something will have to be done now that I think about it, because the player will be outside quite a bit. I will cross that bridge when I come to it. So let's just have the player start over here. Go up over here, and I'll have all this destruction turned off. Save that, and let's try and fix some of this. Gotta see what the player's seeing in this situation. Looks like there does have to be a little more stuff over here. Things are definitely looking better though. Then something will explode and the player can jump down here. I think that's how I'll do it. Come over here, and there is this. This will be blocked off. Seeing what the player's seeing, seeing what the player's seeing. Yeah, so that clearly, if you look at that from that angle, you can clearly see it's fake. So how do I fix that? Well, I needed concrete something or other. So let's do this. And sadly, my phone just ran out of power, so I'm not going to be able to see what people are saying in the chat unless I pause Ancient Warfare 3. I will do that pretty regularly, but I just want to let you know I can't respond immediately to the things you're saying. Shouldn't be too big of an issue, though. So now I'm just going to close up these tunnels. This is where that ambush will happen. And I'll just have to... I'll save that and see if I can delete it. See if I can delete this. I can. That is shocking. That is shocking. I did not expect that. Ancient Warfare 3 is being a lot more generous with what I'm allowed to delete, because a lot of the time if you delete something and other objects that depend on it, then all the objects go down. That seems alright to me. Let's see if I... Oh, I shouldn't use a prefab. Shouldn't use a prefab. Was gonna use a tower prefab. One that I made, but... Why should I? This will be a stone wall. Why? Because I said so. No real reason other than I just felt like having a stone wall. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Alright. is what the player will see. Yeah, that works. That works for me. That's pretty cool to me. Let's stick with that. Okay, so I think that fixes the problem of any fourth wall breaking stuff being in this map. I think it does. To be safe, I'm going to put some concrete here to cover that point of view. Okay, we're good. We're good. So now I got to move into the actual, gameplay. I'll just give myself a quick kind of Green District basic special forces look. I don't want to look in there. That's probably some spoilers for things. Yeah, okay. Let's take a look. Instead of the S4, is there any sort of modded gun that I could be using instead? That's a pretty good gun. But I will also get the G18 because I like the G18. Okay, any equipment? The medkit is always a good choice if you're making a map. Unless the player really has a lot of health, they're going to probably need to heal up at some point. So an ammo kit is not nearly as appreciated by the general players, I don't think. Let me just check the chat for a second. Stonewall is an S tier. Yeah, I thought it was a good, breaks up the monotony of the concrete a little bit. But now I will recolor my stuff. I don't need the modded shirt. Let's open that up a little bit. That's pretty cool. I like that. This does not need to be an exact science. I don't have to take too long on it. I think that'll probably be fine for now. $300, I'll amp that up to 500. 3,500. And what I'll do is I'll say the player got dropped in by helicopter. Para-dropped in. So the helicopter will leave. That'll be close, but I think they can make it. All right, let's have it go there. And then there. And then back out of the player's view. Or we can just have it flee. Let's see what happens if it just flees. Let's also give this a little more. No, I like the morning. I like the morning. It does what I want it to. Hooray. And now it'll just leave the area. Alright, great. Well, that's a cool little set piece. Now let's just kind of run through this area and see how it looks. This area is all blocked off. This area you're not supposed to go through. But then you can do some things like this, yeah. Still no fourth wall breaking stuff. Keeping up the movement here. And then the player ultimately will go over that way. I think you should be able to, if you do it right, if you make this jump, you can kind of skip through here. Let's try it. I somehow did that. Okay, let's keep moving. Seems pretty cool. And now here comes this big fight. And that's as far as I can get on foot. Just click through here, and I'll do a little bit of combat in here. Move up around to the depot up here, final boss. Okay, let's go. I might want to just save time and use some of the existing Green District units from the previous installments in the series. So I'll see how those hold up by today's standards. I could probably remake them if needed, but I'll try and. So these are these like private military that's helping the Green District. What do you think about these units for the private military? And then there's those guys, and then there's also some rebels. What do you think on these for enemies? I am looking at the chat, by the way, for your thoughts. These good? While I'm waiting for that answer, let me put down some friendlies. I'll try to add a bit more diversity if I have time. Okay, so the player sneaks in here. What's going to be the first thing? I think the first thing will be guys coming out from all sides to open fire. So let's try and do that. Some sandbags. And by the way, the reason that they aren't out initially is because they were taken out by this kind of hail of fire from the attacking guys. So all the immediate defenses were very briefly suppressed, but now they're still entrenched here. So that's what your job is to go and take everyone out, everyone else who's still alive. Still there's not still a trigger, so I'll just put that in. get some units at the ready. Let's give this guy a shotgun, because he's going to be out in front. He does not want to be like that. Okay, whatever, sure. You know what we could do is we could have this guy on the machine gun. He's still here. He's just severely wounded, so he comes out to stab the player. Because nobody could drag him away because they would have gotten shot. That's kind of interesting. Okay, we'll do that. So we'll try to make the player think that this guy back here is dead. I think that's the idea that we're going to try to give the player. And perhaps what we'll do is have a couple of guys standing ready at the firing ports who fire on the player, but if the player makes it in, then they join this ambush. Okay, sure, let's just do it like that, and then I'll create a quick template script so that I can have events happen once, one-time events without having to constantly remake variables, remake bools. Trigger enter, make a bool. And I know Noida Wizard said there was a way to do this faster, but I don't even care. It would shave off only a couple seconds. So I'll save that. And then for this, I'll just have it do... Everybody will set their target to the player. And just to be safe, what I'll have it do first of all is get player to unit. And so these guys will automatically target the player like that. Okay, great. Great. We'll have this guy move out to stab the player a little bit after everyone else. This is not too nasty of a trick, right? Anybody gonna hate me for this ambush? Oh, okay. Okay, right, yeah. Those guys are still there. Now let's try it. First of all, let's put these guys at a bit lower skill than the rest. And save. And go in. Just going to do one play test for each part. Only each part, one play test per part, I think. I can't be replaying through each one, unfortunately. That would just take up too much time. So. Okay. These guys are being a bit problematic. Whoa! What is this? What is this glitch? Holy moly! I can fly. I am a god. Oh, okay. Sure. That's the weirdest glitch I've had in a really long time. Let's retry. That's so weird. Okay, we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. That's one of the wildest glitches I've had in this game. And the thing is, these guys are on default, not on guard, so I'll fix that. But first, I'll take this S-40. Actually, no, I should use my spawn weapon for this. Sure. Works for me. So originally I had thought that the guys, when they're lying down and you set them and you give them a target, they will like crawl towards you to attack, because that's kind of how it happened when there were crouched units in Good of the Company. But if it doesn't work that way, no big deal. So I'll try to do all the gameplay aspects of this first. Come in through here. Automatic stairs, okay, sure. What I was aiming to do was something like this. Except I gotta put one on that table. Then what'll have happen is there'll be a script. Yeah, there'll be a script that makes them appear and disappear. That seems like that would be pretty cool. Not done before, I don't think. So let's get a global script going real fast. Let's get the position of both of these units to start with, because I'm going to have to teleport them away and then teleport them back for this automatic staircase thing. Very, very basic. If I had much more time, I would do a lot more with this concept. And in fact, I probably will in other projects, wink wink. Because I kind of like this idea. So, teleport. This guy just goes back here. This guy just goes... Wait a minute. Okay, so you can... Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. Huh? What? This unit connects to two things. This one does not. Oh, you should never speed script. Okay, I guess it was just being weird. Then what will have happen is teleport this. They'll just teleport these units to the positions that they got at the start. And I should be able to jump on those arms, so let's try it out. Whoa, he got me, he got me. What? Oh, okay, right. So you are able to jump on top of these. There's just a few small fixes that I gotta make. Are you? Oh, you're not. You're not. I think I know why. That ruins things a little bit. I might just have to, sadly, I might just have to translate some planks, just to avoid too much time consumption with this gimmick. Let's see if I do this. Will that fix it? I'll test it in the next test, but not right now. It's not working quite as well like this. I think I can make it work though. Yeah, shouldn't be an issue. Should not be an issue. So then what will have happen is that will explode when the player walks in that room. Because we will have seen that there is a guy with a grenade launcher down here. Or maybe just a guy with a regular grenade. Perhaps we'll hear him say, "Grenade out!" Yeah, sure, let's do that instead. Let's do that instead. That's just a little bit easier. Gotta do that one-time thing. Ah. So what I will do is have a guy down here who threw the grenade. So with him there'll be a little push of soldiers, and then these guys will move up and help you take them out. That sounds good to me. Okay. Might have a chance of doing this. Maybe. Fingers are crossed. This is just finishing up the script for that wall getting destroyed. That should do it. Let's put another delay here for the spawning of the units. Something like that. And then, of course, he has a pretty big horde behind him, so I'll put in a fair number of these scripts. So now let's just get them all arranged out behind him. They'll be pretty farther behind him. Something like that. And then let's get some set target stuff going on. Set target position. So we can move up 5 or 6 friendly guys to assist us in taking out, maybe just like 3 or 4. We'll do 4. And maybe those guys become your squad after that. Wow. Amazing. Stop that. I need the unit. So these guys need to move to maybe right here to be able to effectively take on the enemy. And let me put their effectiveness way up. Alright, so I'm just going to quickly connect these grips to units, but then I will have to take a very brief break, unfortunately. So, just a moment. Okay, so we'll see how that works out. Then we'll have it delay a while. 30 seconds. And they become a part of your squad. 20 seconds. And the player can choose to completely ignore them or let them join them on their quest. I might just want to replace that with a plank. Or some pipes. Can't do it with pipes. Okay, what about planks? Can't do it with planks. What things can you move in Ancient Warfare 3? That is the question. Do you guys know, like, literally anything that can be repositioned? Anyone in chat, if you know something that I can use here, I would greatly appreciate it. Just post that in chat and I'll change it later. So after that happens, that little battle, the player moves up here. And there are multiple guard towers that have been set up to stop you. Yeah, let's do it that way. Let's have some guard towers. Or maybe just one guard tower. I think one's enough. Nope, not that. So let's put this all together and see what we get. Rocks can be repositioned. Okay, I'll try that then. Thanks for informing me of that. I did not realize or remember that. I just didn't remember. Ah. Let me put some rocks there. That'll be my staircase. So we're just past the halfway mark for this challenge. I hope in the next 24 minutes to get most of the gameplay stuff settled, and then after that spend the last hour doing decoration, any sound scripts, anything that's kind of extra. Yeah, this will work pretty nice, I think. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. That means I can get rid of that, though. Come on, come on. There we go. Come up here. Go over there, that blows up. And you're immediately fighting someone. Pass through here. Go through there. Let's turn off destruction on everything. Pretty soon I'll have to start turning destruction back on, though. And there is also the question of what to put in this middle part as well. It can't just be a flat space. So let's we got a bunch of things to play test in this play test. Hopefully everything works as it's supposed to. This definitely feels like you're kind of entering a fortress. It's pretty cool. This should explode any second now. There's a guy here. What about these guys? Oh, there's guys there too. But here comes my friends. So they take quite some time to get into their firing positions. Ah, okay, so they are in my squad. Are you guys even able to shoot at these enemies? Seems like they are not. Let's send them back here and see if they can. You know, it'd be coolest if there was a section where you had to command them to move around the place as enemies are like blasting open holes and shooting down. It's like a little wave defense. Let's take out these guys first of all. So pretty clearly, these guys are not going to be helpful. As a result, I will tone down those guys, and I'll also set them to target the player, because they were just standing still, which is not something that I want. It's got to be advancing. And if there was time, I would have them do cool things, like when a bunch of them are dead, the rest retreat. But I don't think I'm going to get time to do that. That's sort of something just a little want. Not exactly critical to the success of this operation. Three, 4, 5, 6. I think it would take a bit too much time to get rid of a bunch of like these scripts that are obsolete now, so I'm just not gonna bother. And yeah, I can't stress enough that this is very like the product of like being rushed. I mean, there's a lot of things that I would do better if I had more time. This is just the messiest script imaginable. So we'll do something like that. That's about all we need there. Moving on. We have an MLRS, but it is non-functional. Actually, it is functional. I don't think they fire. Let's put down some rugs around here. Rug party. I'll definitely change it up to look better, but yeah. And it'll have a little, kind of like a skeleton crew just hanging around. But the vast majority, I think, are going to appear in this ambush. Definitely entering a more nervous phase of this challenge, to be honest. There's still a pretty decent amount of work to be done, and only about an hour and 20 minutes to do it. I have to return to the structure phase in order to finish up this part. Okay, sure, that works fine. All right, works for me. I'm very glad I decided to stop it where I did. If there had to be any more sections, I don't think I would have any chance of completing this. All right, so that guy. When the player enters here, if the player enters here, there will be an alarm that goes off. All right, that's what that is. Okay. Start. Let's put down a big red light right here. You know what, I don't think I have time to make the alarm flash. If I get extra time at the end, I will. But sadly, it's not going to be possible. I could do it. It would just take a little more time than I'm willing to sacrifice right now. It's a relatively small thing. Now I'm going to get this counterattack, which is what happens after the alarm is tripped. Okay, let me just check the chat really quickly. Hello, DSYT Gaming. You got to the top of the workshop because of who? Who are you talking to? For some reason, you can't do the WMC. I don't think the WMC is going at the moment. Yeah, I don't think that's active at the moment. DSYT. So I'll set the counterattack here, and that means these things are going to have to be deleted. The commander will be very important because he will tell the player when stuff is about to go down. Now I just gotta connect all these to objects, and then the scripting side of the ambush will be pretty much done. And that'll be the last major scripting in the map, except for when the commander is giving the player information. But that is on a much more small scale, a much smaller scale. And once I get all these nodes linked up, I'm going to take a break from scripting to slam down some vehicles in that vehicle bay, because that's a very unfinished part of the map, so I should get that worked on a little bit. I am slightly confident, like I am cautiously optimistic about finishing this in time. Okay, so that's all linked up. Let me just put some vehicles down, because I know exactly what I have to do next. Okay, modern. Just a bunch of, yeah, that's all I really need. Yeah, and that's basically all you're going to need for this final battle, but let me just quickly finish this structure. I feel like I should be playing some music or something. Not sure you would hear it though. If I did play music, what would you listen to? It can't be anything copyrighted. Could just be some copyright-free, like Kevin MacLeod stuff. Okay, so that's done. Now it is time to link up these scripts. The first gate that's going to go down is the one directly behind the player, and he'll be notified immediately by the commander. Come on. Okay, I think that did it. And this one here. And then this one over here. Okay, so I will see if that works. But first, let me place down some units. Where are the bad guys? Looks like I deleted them by accident. So I will get some of them placed back down. We're gonna have the Chago guys defending in the last line of defense here. And I'll just put down a bunch behind here. Nothing at all that's too fancy. And I'll put down an ammo pile here because I'm going to need it. This is just going to be for playtesting purposes. These two things are just for playtesting. Alright, let's just save this and go, go, go! Very close to done with the gameplay creation side of things. Let's go! Maybe I'll slam one or two enemies up in this part too. That would make quite a lot of sense. Okay, that's doing that endlessly. Can't have that. Oh, it did it just a few times. Okay. I will look into that and see what's what. Whoa, okay. Ah, these guys killed everyone. Okay, there's a few things gotta fix. And while I'm fixing it, I will add the rest of the gameplay. 1 hour left. 1 hour left in the challenge. I'm 2/3 of the way done. I still have to fill this massive void of space right outside the thing too. Right here. Right in here. There's gotta be some more stuff. Let's take a look at what this is all about. Oh, I know what happened. You gotta set A to active, obviously. Glad that wasn't some complicated fix. Very glad of that. So now for the rest of the gameplay. That'll be the guy who's like, no, the door. And you go up through here. Oh, gotta cover that. And here you fight the kind of final boss guy. He'll bust out of this door. And he will be high HP with a melee weapon with a bunch of ranged guys behind him. That's how that'll work. It'll be this guy's brother. Maybe not a sword. Maybe a chainsaw. Let's just give him that amount of health. And then behind him you get some Chago guys, just officers. And he gets a little bit of a height boost to stand out from the crowd as well. And let's beef up his health even more. And for now we'll put the game mode as elimination. But I would like it so that after you kill him you have to radio back using his radio to the commander and let him know that the defenses have been destroyed. Totally didn't have to make that a door frame, but it's too late to go back now. To get the one use thing, unlock that door, say it's locked. Save. Set the game mode to elimination. This guy is the elimination. Where is he at? This guy. Okay. Now let's see if I can get through this without any scripts. This is pre-scripts. So let's try it. There are no laborers, Count Landshark. This is not good of the company. I decided to do something, a one-shot for this. What? My player died. I gotta put him back. I probably broke something to get rid of the player, but oh well. So that was the last of the gameplay stuff. The only major concern left is to fill up that big courtyard and add more decoration and resources into the map. And, you know, scripting and stuff. I've got 55-ish minutes. Probably it'll extend out to be more about an hour to 70 minutes, but I will try very hard to not need any extra time. Playtesting time, go. There are no laborers. You're imagining things. I wonder what the Black Hawk is fighting. So you can't see that guy up here, but not much I can do about that. Actually, I can, Whoa! There's definitely a problem with this situation. Those guys have to be on default for the teleportation. I'll put one laborer in the map. I'll put one in the map. He's been taken prisoner by the bad guys. This is just a one-shot map that I decided to make for the Challenge Shark. It's kind of a companion map to the Green District. That's just what I felt like making, so. No. It's very different from the other Green Districts, though. The only thing similar is that they're both special forces, but in terms of the setting, it's not nearly... I don't know how you would put it. It's just very different. That's all I can say. Still within the item object tolerance, which is good. I'll remove the stuff I don't need if I get a bit of time. And I will also try to make these less dominated by concrete as well. Because we all know how certain individuals feel about that. There's a certain food metaphor. Okay, I know what I gotta do. Just section this part off. Yep, that's what I gotta do. Okay. Save. I'm going to put a medical crate up here. What is a wheel? Well, the concrete sausages are just, they're just outside the map. I tried to have no concrete sausages in the interior combat part. Hello everybody. Welcome to the stream, Chase. I've got about 50 minutes to finish making the map, which I only started making at 7 o'clock. You can run back the clock and see. I had no plan for this until I started the stream. I spent all the time up to the stream coming up with a thumbnail. I'm pretty happy with actually what I've made in a very short amount of time. What it's going to come down to is the amount of detail I can put in. Okay, let that happen. That's a little weird. I'm going to get rid of some of these soldiers. Not all those guys are needed. And that's got to be locked. Okay. Moving on. Okay, so here comes the ambush. They're going to start behind me. Right? They're gonna start behind me. Okay, they did. Except there were too many of them and I died. I should have gotten that squad. See, I forgot the squad when there isn't a reminder that it exists. Okay, there's a few things I gotta do, but it's alright. I can fix it. Yeah, the map, it is gonna be polished. That's kind of the last thing I'm gonna do. I just gotta make sure you can actually, like, have a good gameplay experience from it. Right now, it's pretty weird. Yes, I had a dream about this exact experience, and I just turned it into a map. True story. It's not a true story. Man, okay. Ladder. Come on. Come on. It's freaking out. It's freaking out. That's weird. That's weird that you can do that. Okay, here we go. Railing. Pillar. Okay, a few too many guys here. No, there might not be. With a squad, there might not be. There might not be too many guys. We'll see. Let's do one more run through, but actually just to increase my efficiency. I'll start a little work on this ground. It's a little too fast. Good luck on your Half-Life and your trench defense. Good luck. I'm gonna press play. You know, at times, there was a time in the past, not right now, but there was a time in the past when I was considering making a very dreamlike, surreal meta experience in Ancient Warfare 3. But I just thought that that wouldn't go over well. Like, this is not the audience. I mean, nobody's going to appreciate that. By the way, if you start walking this way, the commander will tell you to turn around. Okay, just explode. Huh. Why did that activate early? Huh. That's the weirdest thing ever. I know how to fix it, though. "44 minutes, more or less." Okay. That weirdness should be fixed now. Great. Let's delete a few of these guys. Now I'm going to try to finish the map. Let's go. I mean, get to the end. The map is not quite done. I'm going to probably use every minute up until the deadline. Parkour. I'm going to lock those in the next editing phase. Alright guys, now you can follow me, okay? Position yourself there. I'll just read the chat during this, I guess. You just got destroyed by artillery. That's sad. Otis got destroyed by artillery in his trench defense map. Oh, you know what? I realized the squads are not going to be able to get here. because they're gonna get stuck on that little, on the jumping, on the parkour. No way around it, I think, though, so we should be okay. Yes? No? Maybe? No? Okay. Fine. I'll make it more specific then and do some other fixes. There's a decent number of fixes I have to do now. I'll make it so that when the player presses something, maybe like T, the entire squad just teleports to you. Do you think I should play up the whole like dreamlike aspect of it? I know why that's not working. This is just an extremely rudimentary version, an extremely rushed version of Mammoth's SWAT system, where if you press the button they would gradually teleport to you. But nope, in mine they teleport to you instantly. No, no, no. Okay, so we need a global variable that turns on when the squad appears. And that determines whether or not they can teleport to me. Okay, sure, great. Works for me, great. Where is the global variable? Okay. Come on. I'll figure it out. Squad, there we go. And then we enter that one. The squad becomes set global. Becomes that thing. Then the value, it becomes activated. I'll finish that in a second. Get squad. And then if squad is true, then we can teleport. Then we get the player's position and teleport the entire squad to them. Great, okay. My train of thought seems to be working okay at the moment. Stop that, stop that. Alright, yeah, just entering right here. Oh, I know there's something a little weird about this trigger, as it goes way down below. Can't have that. Cannot have that. Okay, so I've determined that I will have about until 7:20 to do this. So it gives me a little more time, but not very much. Let's see if all the scripts work as intended. Start it up. This map looks really weird from the loading screen. It also makes you think you're going into this giant thing, but you're not. You're disabling its outer defenses. If all this works, then I will not playtest it again until after I do all the decorating. Gonna be cutting it fine, that's for sure. Need to lock these. Reminder to self. Lock. Oh, it is locked. Oh, great. Alright, guys. Teleport. Nice. Just follow me. Works like a charm. Get into position. I'm going to heal up, and then we'll push. Stay where you are, actually. And now here comes this onslaught, so get ready, guys. First from this direction now. Not too tough. Not so tough. And now from this direction. You ready for this? Hey! He sniped most of my guys. Where did the guys on the ground go? There was a huge number of troops down over here. Oh, there they are. Oh my goodness. There they are. You guys gonna fire back? No, you are not. Great work. So the note to self now is to increase the range of my guys. Possibly. Oh, okay. Went down. So as far as the scripting goes, I think it's good. I think we're all good. You are supposed to go in this one. This one right here. The large army comes out of. You are supposed to go there. In the other ones, you can go in, but when you're about 2 feet in, the commander will say don't go in. It's just to increase the scope of the thing. I will add that shark if I have time. I think at the moment now I just need to try to decorate everything as best I can. I think I will break out the prefabs for this. Just for decorating this main central part. So yeah, it's not, I mean, it's not amazing, but I don't think it's terrible. I'm going to probably try to mess around with the height as well in a second. What do you think about all this? I think changing the height's going to do a big difference. Let's put some crates down. Now I'll just spam down blood in various places, and then save. Then kind of lightly raise and lower in parts. Hello, Logan. Just in the sort of actually final stages of this map. I have about 40-ish minutes to go. Vending machine, this is good of the company Canon, confirmed. That's not gonna work. I figured. I'll just make a little ammo area over here. It should be pretty good for this spot. Login, this is not for a campaign. This is a one-shot map that I just made because I want to challenge myself. And basically it's in the same universe as the Green District series, but it's nothing too serious or anything. These guys will be having a chat. You can come in and attack them if you want. That makes it weird. It's got to be all metal. What am I doing? Oh my gosh. Metal wall. Fix that. Okay, sure, that's fine with me. I'll make this area gray ground. If I'd had the modular bug, I would have just cried. Glad I caught that. this area needs to be filled a lot more. You would play this? Well, thank you. Just you're probably going to want to wait to hold off judgment until it's actually done, but I do appreciate that. Okay, let's get this some different colors. Rebel doesn't go up here, does it? It doesn't work here. Okay. And that's cool, but it doesn't go up here. So I'm just going to have these guys wander around, but I'll contain them to this area, like that. Like that. I have 20 minutes. There is a bit of lore behind this map. Basically, you're a Special Forces soldier, and the guys here are rebels who took over this place, and you have to take them out. Yes, 20 minutes, or maybe like 25, something more like that. Depends on how much time I have. I think I could probably do 25. But anyway, getting close. I know that for sure. Not stressful in the slightest. I'm doing perfectly fine. Okay, metal door frame. Concrete door frame. Some modern doors. I'll throw in some rubble, just because. Maybe some of these are smoking. Up here, I'll add some pillars. No! No! Okay. It's not fully destroyed, but let me just save that. Nothing more got destroyed, right? Just those. Those guys are okay. That's fine. I can repair that. That was brutal. That was so awful. Okay. Glass floor. Concrete floor. Save. Okay, we're good. We're good. going to leave the floating door out of anger. I'm going to add a second one here, and I have my reasons. What was left that I said I had to do? Autosaves would not have done anything. I think it was too far. I think it was, yeah, it was an autosave from like 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't think that would have worked out too well. I would have lost progress if I had loaded an autosave, to be honest. Okay, current stage of things. Now I just have to implement the commander, I think, is all. Was that all that I said I had to do? What else was there? Yeah, I'll do that. That's the most important thing that I need right now. I'm gonna write it up on a notepad because it's easier to see. Okay. Then very simply, I'll have it when you walk in here. I'll make it trigger here. What? Okay. That's pretty simple. Now I'm going to make him tell you about your squad. You seem to be meeting heavy resistance. I will dispatch a squad of 4 other operatives to assist you. Press T to teleport them to you. Otherwise, they will act as a regular squad. Simple enough. Oh, I know what I have to do. Okay. I gotta make him tell the player when the ambush begins. Nope, that doesn't make sense at all. Prepare for massive resistance. Sure. Behind you. That's all I need. Now I'm just making it so he says, don't deviate from the mission when you enter these side rooms. Alright. Same thing if he enters this. Was there anything else that really needed to be done? Like, any requests for me to something I have to do or fix or finish? I'm asking you, Shark, so. Okay, yeah, something like Green District is ours. What else was needed? The AI squads, and the point of the AI squads is to send them. They're gonna patrol these hallways. Oh, I can't do that because I already tied a hallway. Well, maybe I can. I'll try. I think it's very unlikely that I'm gonna have time to do that, Shark. I have 2 minutes left to finish the map. Yeah, I want to fix another script first instead. I don't think I'll have time for the AI squads. I'm very sorry. But I think in future updates, that'll be cool. Okay, delete that. One last playthrough. I think it's a bit too late to make it. I could make maybe one last change, but this is just one last playthrough. Or maybe I'm just wasting my time and I should have checked everything through first. I'm going to actually close out of this as soon as it loads in, because I want to add just random bits of detail where I can. But I think I'm almost out of time. Come on. 6:59. 1 minute. 1 minute. Oh my gosh. Am I going to have time? Let me check how many, the exact amount of seconds. Oh, it's 7. It is 7 o'clock. Okay. Time is up. Whatever state the map is in, I cannot change it now without it being a violation of the challenge. It's over. Yep. I was here the exact second it turned into 7 o'clock, so. Let me get a good thumbnail image for this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Right? Actually, yeah, that looks very cool. In my opinion, anyway. So I won't do any changes to the map itself, but yes, I did it. I made some kind of map in 7 hours, 3 hours, which is very fast, like unreasonably fast for by my standards. So it should be very interesting to see what people think about it. And I'll post it on the workshop right now, and I would love to see somebody stream it and play it, or just give their feedback in text form. So let's see what should I call it here. Green District Facility Siege. Does that seem okay to you? This map was created as part of a speed building challenge. I had only 3 hours to make an Ancient Warfare 3 map, and this was the result. It has not been edited since the 3-hour timer ended. A second map, so yeah, I might release a version with more updates, but this is the original unfiltered product. Story. Wait, actually I'll put that at the end. I'll do the story first. You are a Special Forces operative acting on behalf of the Grand Legislature, or the LEG. Your mission is simple. Destroy the outer defenses of a facility occupied by rebels. Does that seem good to you guys? All good to you? Ready to post? I'll do it. Actually, let me save that. I'll change this thumbnail ever so slightly. And post it. There's a good chance there will be a game-breaking bug, or like the resources won't be good. Probably should have prioritized that a little bit. But that is uploading right now. Green District Facility Siege. Upload your speedruns. Get started on it. Come on. I will update it with a new thumbnail. Actually, this thumbnail is probably good. Let me get a picture of this and change the thumbnail of this stream to show the finished product. Wow, I'm really, honestly, a little surprised. And I'll see, how this ends up playing out. But I'm a little surprised I could finish an actual map in only 3 hours. I haven't done something that fast since, like, a long time. Like my first map, you know what I mean? Yeah, you got a good feel of my process by watching the last 3 minutes of the challenge. Exactly. I'm going to post this in the workshop channel, and you guys can check it out and tell me what you think. Report any bugs. I think I might edit it if there's any game-breaking bugs that I gotta fix. Here it is, Green District Facility Siege. All right, wow. Scootal, if you want to hold off for a minute, I can just end this stream and then watch your stream playing this. If you would just let me do a quick saying goodbye, a little, I don't know what that's even called. What's the opposite of a salutation? Anyway, this was my 3-hour map speed building challenge, and I created Green District Facility Siege. And if you want to check it out, I'll link it in the description of this live stream, and I'll continue to post content on a regular basis on the Tonebinder channel, so keep an eye out for that. And to anybody who's just watching this in a video form, if you are able to stop by the next live stream, it would be great to have you. Today there was somebody new who I'd never talked to before, which is always fun. Anyway, that's it, and I'll see you guys in the next piece of content. For the people in the chat right now, I'll go into the JNI server now and watch you play this map. That's it. See you guys in the next video or live stream, whatever it might be.